Alrighty then, graphing quadratic equations. So graphing quadratic equations. So let me get this set up so it will be straightforward. It's in the frame. There we go. Graphing quadratic equations. So this is in the notes. It's an image. Copy the stuff. First, you find the coordinates of the vertex. Then, does the graph open up or down? Then you're going to draw the axis of symmetry. Well, I'll tell you what that means. And then you're going to graph the parabola. Now, if the value of A is 1 or -1, it's a lot easier. Don't have to do much. Otherwise, if it's not 1 or -1, then we're going to have to make one of these charts with the vertex. Okay? So, let's start with this dot. And this one. Okay? This is in vertex form already. Find the coordinates of the vertex. Well, the coordinates of the vertex is, here's the y don't lie. The vertex is that's actually the same thing as a plus setup. So the y's is 0. And the x is actually a -3, not a +3. So the vertex is at 3, 0. So this one, here's your origin, 1, 2, 3, 0. That is the vertex. For this one, what's the vertex? Okay, I'm going to go through all the vertexes first, and then I'm going to do the next step. Okay, so here the vertex, start at the origin. The vertex is -4. It's not +4, it's -4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and go down 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's my vertex. For this one, the vertex is going to be, it's not -3, it's a +3, +2. X, that's with the X, so it's 1, 2, 3, up to 1, 2. There's my vertex right there. For this one, what's the vertex? Start at the origin. It's not left 4, it's actually right 4. It's the opposite. 1, 2, 3, 4, go down 1. Boom. There's my vertex. This one, here's the origin, going left 2 units, 1, 2, and going down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my vertex. This one, going left 2 and down 5. 1, 2, 5. There's the vertex. For this one, the vertex. Where's the vertex? Start your origin. Here's the origin. Go right 1, down 5. Right 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, boom. This one, where's the vertex? Go right 1, up 3. Right 1, 1, 2, 3. For this one, here, let's make one. Let's go plus 2. Sure. For that one. For this one, here's the origin. The vertex is going to be -1 and up 2. 1, 2. There's my vertex right there. Okay. Next step, does the graph open up or down? Well, I can look right here. If that's a +1, it goes up. If that's a -1, it goes down. Since that's a -1, this is going to open downwards like that. This one, there's an invisible +1 right there, so this is going upwards, opening upwards. There's an invisible +1, it's going to open upwards. It's a +1, invisible +1 right there, it opens upwards. If that's a +1, it opens upwards. There's a -1 that opens upwards. There's an invisible +1, it opens upwards. Sorry, that's a mistake. That's a negative, it opens downwards. My fault. This is a negative. Ooh, it's not a -1. It's a -2, but it's negative, so it's still, because it's negative, it's opening downwards. If it's negative, it opens downwards. If it's positive, it opens upwards. That's a positive, it's opening upwards. Okay. Next, draw the axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry. You'll always have in every single parabola, no matter what you do, there will be something called the axis of symmetry. Right here's your vertex. There's an axis of symmetry. So when you draw this axis of symmetry, it's called axis of symmetry because the right side and the left side are symmetric. They should be mirror images of each other. Just like the hands here are the same thing, well, now mirror images of each other. They're mirror images of each other. Okay. Now they're not because of the ring. Okay. She put a ring on it. Okay. So for this one, this pencil dry axis symmetry is always going to go through the this dry axis of symmetry. That will always go through the vertex. So this right here, just draw a dashed line. There is my axis of symmetry. Okay. For this one, that's my vertex. My axis of symmetry is going to go right through there. For this one, here's my vertex. The axis of symmetry goes right through the vertex. For this one, the axis symmetry goes right through the vertex. There's our vertex. This one, here's the vertex, so it's going to go. There's my axis of symmetry. This one, here's the vertex. This one, the vertex is right there. Ding, 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 ding. For this one, for this one, move that out of the way, and down here, so it's gonna axis of symmetry. Okay, now remember, axis of symmetry is gonna be the same when we draw it. The right side and left side should be mirror images of each other. Okay, what you will not have is something like this. Here's your vertex. This is not a mirror image. This and this side, they're not mirror images. That side and that side, not mirror images. Okay? This goes up 1 unit, right 2. This should be in the opposite direction, up 1, over. It should go through here. It should be more along the lines of something like this. Something like that. This is more of a mirror image of that side. Okay? Because it's symmetric. That's why it's called axis of symmetry. Okay? So, step 4, graph the parabola. As long as the value of a is 1 or -1, it's going to make it a lot easier. So much easier. Okay? So, graph the parabola. Here's the vertex. Is that a 1 or -1? Yes, it's a -1. So all I got to do, I know it's opening downwards, so it has to open downwards. So I'm going to go right 1, down 1. Let me just show you some numbers here. Show you some numbers for axis of symmetry. As long as this value is a 1 or -1, it's a 1 or -1, 1 or -1. Just remember these numbers. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. What's the next number in that pattern? And 13. What's the next number in that pattern? 15, and so on and so on and so on. These we're going to use a whole bunch right here. 1, this is just odd numbers. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Okay, start the origin. This graph is going downwards, so I'm going to go right 1, down 1. From that point, I'm going to go right 1, down 3. 1, 2, 3. Next one, go right 1, down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm off the graph. Okay, it's symmetric on both sides, so you do the same thing on the other side. Go left 1, down 1. Make a dot. Go left 1, down 3. 1, 2, 3. Make a dot. Next one, go left 1, down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make a dot. And the rest is going to be off the graph. And then make sure my line goes through those points. Make it a nice smooth curve. Ba-boom, ba-boom. There you go. All I got to do now is label it. Okay, I'll come back and label this later. I just wanted to see how to do this stuff over and over and over, one step at a time. Okay, how do you graph this? That's an invisible 1. Awesome. I know since it's a positive 1, it's going upwards. My vertex is right there. So Same thing, I'm going to go right 1 and up 1. I'm going to go right 1 and up 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go right 1 and up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next one, go right 1 and up 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right there, right in the edge of the graph. Okay, the rest of it's off the graph. Go back to the origin. It's going to be symmetric on this side. So I'm going to go left 1, up 1, left 1, up 3. 1, 2, 3. Dot. Left 1, up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Left 1, up 7. So it's going to go through these points. Make sure it's a smooth arc, right? Not the letter V, as in Victor. Nope. It's the letter U. As what's a word that starts with U? Umbrella. As in the Umbrella Academy. Okay, put arrows on it. There you go. The graphing is done. I'll come back later and label it. For this one, there's my vertex. Okay. The number right here between the equal sign and the parenthesis is a positive 1. We know it's opening upwards. So I'm going to go right 1 and up 1. Right 1, up 3. 1, 2, 3. Right 1, up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's off the graph. Go back to the origin. Left 1, up 1. Left 1, up 3. 1, 2, 3. Put a dot. Left 1, up 5. Has to go through those points. Boom. Okay. For this one, here we go. The there's my origin. Sorry, that's the origin. This is the vertex. Since that's a positive 1, we know it's opening upwards. So I'm going to go use this again. Go right 1, up 1. I'm going to go right 1, up 3. 1, 2, 3. Go right 1, up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. The rest is off the chart. Go back to the origin. Go left 1, up 1. Left 1, up 3. 1, left 1, up 5. Okay. Make sure it's a nice smooth curve. There's my points. And so on and so on and so on and so on. So again, -2 down 5. Here's my vertex. That's a positive 1. It's going upwards. Here, I'll go to this one. This is slightly different. Okay. -2 down 5. Here's my vertex. It's a negative. That's a -1 right there. It tells me it's going downwards. So from the vertex, so 1 from the vertex, I'm going to use this again because if it's a positive 1 or -1, I'm using these numbers. So from here, I'm going right 1, down 1, right 1, down 3, 1, 2, 3, right 1, down 5. I'm off the chart. Go back here, go left 1, down 1, left 1, down 3, 1, 2, 3. And the rest of them off the chart. So here's my curve. Okay. So the graphing. Since this is not a -1, oh, what do we do? It's not a -1, then you're going to have to make a chart. So what do I mean by making a chart? So this is what I mean by making a chart. So here's the equation. So we have -2 x minus 1 quantity squared. Oh, that's a different one. -5. I'm going to make that a -5. -5. So that means the vertex is now, instead of going up 3, I'm going to go down 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be right there's my vertex. All right, so this is the axis symmetry. That's the new vertex. Okay, so I have to make a chart because this is not a -1. It's not a positive 1. I have to make a chart. This is the long, hard way of doing it. Okay, the vertex is going to be at 1, -5. There's my vertex. So right here's my vertex. So 1, negative 5. This is a 1. My x value is a 1. My y value is a negative 5. From this number right here, 1, I pick the 3 integers just above and the 3 integers just below. Okay. When x is 2, I replace this with a 2 and work out that problem. Get a negative 7. When x is 3 in this equation, every time I see the letter x, I replace it with the 3. I get negative 13. So I'm going to go through here. Since this is a negative 13, it's already off the chart. So this only goes to positive 10, negative 10, positive 10, negative 10. So these points here, so 1 comma negative 5, 0, negative 7, 0, negative 7, 5, 6, 7, negative 1, negative 13, 10, 11, 12, 13 down there. This one, 1, negative 5, 1, 2, negative 7, it's right there. And then 3, 1, 2, 3, negative 13, 10, 11, 12, 13. Here's my graph. Make it a little smoother. There's your graph. Okay. Now labeling it. Label the axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry. This is x value equals x equals, what's the x value right there? It's a 3. X. What the heck? That should be a negative. That's incorrect. It should be a negative 3. Boo boo, Mr. Hop. Oh, I made an error there. That should actually be negative 3 comma 0. Here, I could fix it. I cheated. Okay, but this one, and the label the vertex. So it's 3 comma 0. For this one, label the vertex. It is negative 4 comma negative 6. And the axis of symmetry is going to be axis of symmetry x equals, goes right to the vertex. It's that number right there, negative 4. Label the vertex. The vertex is 3 comma 2. And the axis of symmetry x equals, it always goes right to the vertex, 3, x is 3. Okay, next one, here's the vertex, label it. That is 4 comma negative 1. Axis of symmetry, x, the axis of symmetry always goes through that vertex. X, what's the x right at that point? It's a 4. There you go. That's how you do this stuff, okay? So again, when you do this stuff, find the coordinates of the vertex. Step 2, does the graph open up or down? Step 3, draw the axis of symmetry. And step 4, graph the parabola. If A is 1 or negative 1, then you're going to use some specific numbers here, right there. Comes in handy, it's a lot faster. If it's not a 1 or negative 1, then you're going to have to make this chart. So here's some examples of a chart like this. I made a chart, I didn't have to. I'm going up by 1, increase by 3, increase by 5. Here, I made a chart, I didn't have to. It's the hard way of doing it. Increasing by 1, increasing by 3, increasing by 5. Geez, it would have been a lot easier if I just, just write that. Oh, right down here. Could have done it this way. Why? This, since that's an invisible 1 right there, why do this? Because it's increasing by 1, we're adding 3, we're adding 5. Yeah, I could do this, but that's so much faster because that will always work as long as this number in between the equal sign and the parenthesis, as long as that's a positive 1 or a negative 1. If it's not a positive 1 or negative 1, like this one here, then you have to do this chart.